Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Oh, it's good to be back. I love Fridays. I like Saturdays too, because we stream on Saturday as well, but I really like Fridays. Dr. Avalanche, Crimson, Syrincha, welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, the ship is looking much better. I'm just going to go ahead and say this is a snazzy looking ship right here. I got rooms I don't even know what to do with them. Like, I got space. I actually have space for the first time on my space ship. The space ship has space. You see, I don't know what I'm going to do with these rooms. I thought about making one of them a dedicated hospital, because that'd be a real sweet idea, what with the number of injuries that we suffer and all. And then I just kind of stopped thinking about that, and I'm still just not really sure what I'm doing. We do need to kind of focus a little bit, tiny bit on food. Steven, welcome, welcome. We do need to focus a little tiny bit on food, in that we don't really have any. Qualael, welcome, welcome. So that's going to be in the win column, if we can put some food together. The freezer's doing great. It's just that the food is not really, well, in it, per se. In that, again, I can't stress enough, we don't have any. Buzzkill, welcome, welcome. I think, yeah, I'm going to make this room a dedicated hospital. I think that's wicked smart of me. I mean, it's not genius, and it's definitely not geniusosity, but it's pretty smart to have a dedicated hospital area here. And that'll free up some beds down there for our quest guests here, Danny and Moosey. Sorry about you getting horribly mangled, Danny. That was partially my fault and partially your own stupidity. So let's get some things going on here. Michael, welcome, welcome, welcome. Long-time watcher, first-time caller. You won't understand that reference. That's an older reference. But glad you're here. Very glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to have you here, and it's going to be a very exciting time. I guarantee you that. I do. I will guarantee you it's going to be a very exciting time. I don't really know why. Such is the nature of geniusosity, Michael. Things happen, and I react to them, and it's all a wonderful, exciting time. Sometimes people die. I won't lie about that. Horrible, horrible injuries, comas, kids getting put in a freezer for 3 years. Things like that are going to happen, but it's the broad scope that you want to look at here. The broad scope, Michael. I want you to look at the broad scope of what we're doing here, which is live genius. It is live genius. Danny's fully healed. That's great. Super. Good for you, kid. I'm building you a hospital, and you don't actually need it anymore. So we don't need this to be a medical bed anymore. This can just be a random bed down there. Now, this room, what am I going to do over here? I could make this a research room, make it a dedicated laboratory. That would free up this. I can't move this. Oh, I can move it. Oh, I can absolutely move it. Never mind. I can move it. I know you were all saying you can move it. I've got it. I got it. Buzzkill, yeah, if you remember radio phone-ins where you do it, first time, long-time listener, first-time caller. If you remember that, well, you're on the right channel. You're definitely on the right channel. So a dedicated research room over here, if I did that, I'd eventually have the space to put in the big research desk, too. What are we actually researching? Microelectronics. Okay, cool. Let's spin that maybe to geothermal. We can come back to microelectronics, although if I go microelectronics, it's going to make the rest of the research faster. Okay, I changed my mind. Just go ahead and do the thing that you're doing there. Then I could put the giant microelectronics researchy bench, Whoosy McWhat's it there, in here. Still have some room for, not much, but still have some room for the big boxy twirly thing that goes with it. So for now, why don't we move this up here, put it over there, and then do you have a chair here? You do have a chair. Maxie, you can't have a chair anymore. We've got to put that somewhere else. So put that up there. Yeah, the other bench can fit in there. This is all going to come together. This is all going to... Steven likes to move it. We're going to move things. I figured it out. We're going to move things. And then I'll put some more shelves down there just so we can get things off the floor. How are we doing on upgrading our weaponry? DeHook, I'm looking in your direction. I see you're asleep. But I'd like you to keep working on the higher grade weaponry, because if we're going to get over to get those new Gravlite panels, because I'm basically almost out. I only got 45 left. Don't really have a lot going on here. And speaking of Gravlite panels and ships and things like that, okay, I've got some steel going over there. We'll get those components at some point. Not a lot going on here. The agave bushes. I don't actually remember what they look like. I don't bump into them very often. There they are. Let's get all of those. Oh, I've already targeted them for demolition. Never mind. I've already targeted them for demolition. We're getting some jade, too. That'll be nice. Hang on. There's coffee outside of my mouth, and I'd like it to live inside of my mouth. One moment, please. Oh, that is a sweet cup of coffee I made. I don't mean sweet like a slang term for it's awesome, although it's pretty good. I mean sweet in the sense of, wow, that I need to like suck on a lemon to balance that out. That is chocolate coffee with chocolate syrup and sweetener in it. Wow, that's... Well, it certainly is sweet. That's about all I can say. If you were looking for a sweet cup of coffee, I have made one, and I put it in my mouth, and it's almost too sweet even for me. Ah, Harry Igor, I see you're finally contributing to the colony by burning things. Good. It's about time, kid. What are you, like 3? Work for a living around here. Wasn't there some grab panels at Betty's Hellscape? There sure is, but we're not going there. We took a look at Betty's Hellscape and said, no thank you. Nope, I think that's over here somewhere. Down here. I think this is Betty's Hellscape down here. But over here, which is where we're actually heading, is just an ancient stockpile. And what do we got over there? Granite and sandstone, some berries, year-round growing, a lot of disease, and some pollution. But we're going to go there anyway. I need those. If I'm going to make this ship any bigger. Spikeable Girl, welcome, welcome, welcome. If I'm going to make this ship any bigger, we're going to need more of those things. At least we've got this permanent summer thing going on where I don't have to worry about a growing period. We can just grow all year round. Vamp, I see you're taking time out of your life to throw things at a stick. Is that really the best use of your time? Hey, speaking of berries, somebody go get those so we can eat those later. Anything on the map besides ostriches? Because those guys are wicked aggro. Like, those, they ain't playing. Ostriches and emus, they ain't playing. I would have better luck with a rhino. I would rather go shoot a rhino than an ostrich, and that's... Boy, that is saying something. Could we... Oh, we've moved the thing. Yeah, we moved the bench over there. Okay, well, let's get some more shelves going on then. So, give me a shelf, and that could go there. And then let's do a small shelf in there. Okay, that's all good stuff. That'll be a little more storage there. Probably don't really need to be putting the steel inside right now. Well, how long are we going to be here, though? That's the thing. I don't really know how long we're going to be in this neighborhood. And when are the mechs coming back is really what we're asking here. A silver work site. Yeah, money's great. I don't have any of it, but I don't really feel we need to jump over there and do that. Hang on. Before we do... Wow, they got those put up quick. Okay, neat. Thanks. Let's put a light on for knife over here, just sort of trying to vaguely research in the dark. Good effort, knife. Good effort. Good effort. Well done. Oh, I know it's the song, Stephen. Mrs. Dave and I watched that movie. We liked that movie. That was a fun movie. Was that Madagascar? Was that the movie? I think that was the movie. It's got like a bunch of cartoony things, and then they all sing a song. That's basically your premise for all of those movies. But we liked that movie. That was ages ago. Beavers. Hang on. Beavers with an exclamation mark. Beavers with an exclamation mark. Well, that can't be good. Normally, when I say beavers, I just say beavers with, a period. Possibly a question mark. Beavers? Beavers? Maybe even 2 question marks, like beavers? That would be a double question mark, beavers. I don't commonly say beavers with an exclamation mark. Question mark, again, maybe even a double question mark. Like, beavers? That might even be a triple question mark right there. I think that was worthy of a triple question mark. Beavers? But beavers with an exclamation mark makes me nervous. So what is the problem? They're going to eat every tree. Cool. Neat. I was actually going to just go through who's armed with what. Oh, by the way, really good source of steel over there. Berg, short bow. Stench, machine pistol. Bertha, machine pistol. Knife, shotgun. DeHook, pistol. Igor's just cleaning dirt. Can we arm small children? I forget how old they have to be before they're allowed to kill. Let's just see. Igor, where are you? Come to me. Igor, can you equip this bow? Oh, you totally can. Yeah, no, go get that bow. And then clean up around here. Thank you. So now you're on the kill squad, Igor. Everybody come over here and line up and face off against beavers with an exclamation mark. I would prefer it was beavers with a question mark. Just beavers? That's almost half a question mark. That might not even be a question mark. That might be like a winky face emoji or something. Beavers? Or beavers? This is what we're dealing with right now. Beavers! Do we have to deliberately kill them, or can we just sort of... Are they going to wander into range? I think we need to deliberately kill them. So, good news for us. This is food. Let's just go... No, that's an emu. No, don't kill that one. Oh, God, no. That'll just murder us in the face. Let's instead do that one. Okay, there we go. Okay, why don't we slow things down a little bit? Okay, why don't we slow things down? And then let's focus actually on the one who's actually charging us. So, that one's already dead. And that one will be dead soon. Soonish. It's just a hail of gunfire here. We're going to allow that. Are there any others on the map? Yeah, like tons of them. Like so many beavers are on the map right now. Now I see why it's beavers with an exclamation mark. I get it. Beavers? Beavers! Look out! Beavers! Okay, there's a whole crop of them out here to murder. I could just let them eat the trees, but I kind of need those. I think other than that, they're broadly harmless, aren't they? No, they're not harmless at all. They're absolutely going to eat us in the face. They're the opposite of harmless in that they're harmful. They're harmful. So I've got the beaver revenge. Yes, I'm familiar with that. Thank you. We don't really need this anymore. Everyone just kind of come up here in a line. Hang on. Could I do an animal war call on one of the beavers and turn them against their friends and family? You murder your friends. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then let's attack other ones that aren't that one. And maybe they'll all get the hint. No, they're not getting the hint. Okay, we got to go up here. Go kill that one. Kill your friends. Kill your friends. I don't know how friendly you are. Just murder. They're being wily. They're going where we're not. This is not how I chose to spend my time today. Just kill that one, please. Kill it. Kill it and shoot. Somebody shoot something. Wow. Okay, change targets here. Let's go with that one. Maybe we'll have better luck there. Okay, we got that one. And now you're not our friend. You're okay. War call berserk. You're not our. I don't think you're actually our friend anymore. In that you're attacking us. Are you attacking us or your friends? Change targets. Just kind of shoot what you feel. Honestly, shoot what you feel. Okay, okay. With the animal war call has worked. It's beaver on beaver action. I am so getting a strike from YouTube for that one. Because my next thought is it's red hot beaver on beaver action. I should not be allowed to say these things in public. I'm so getting a strike for that one. Don't report me. Don't say I'm doing bad things and saying bad words. I'm not. At no point did I say a bad word. It's just that people will think I did. Is there anything else we can do? Can I do it again? Can I get this guy? Oh no, yeah, no, it's mentally broken. Okay, that's a problem. This one worked like a champ though. Okay, so slay that one. Oh, we're gonna take some. It's a good thing I built a hospital. Good thing on that hospital that I put together there. Everybody focus over there. Okay, here's where the trouble starts. Here's the trouble right here. Okay, everybody pick a beaver and try to kill it. Just pick any beaver you like. Don't care which one. Okay, Igor actually went up in shooting doing that. How badly banged up are you, Igor? You're gonna be dead in 21 hours. Igor, I can't make another Igor. Okay, this is Igor 2. I really didn't want to go for number 3. Why don't you try and, vaguely flee? And then the rest of you just shoot a beaver. You say the weirdest things when you do this YouTube nonsense. You flee, everyone else shoot a beaver. Just pick a beaver. Oh, Igor's down. How many beavers are left? This is, by the way, the current record for the number of times I've said beaver in one day. Less beavers are left. Okay, good. Everybody go off draft. Bertha, pick up your kid. No, Stench should not do that. All right, so there's a lot of somewhat dead beavers on the map that we could go eat later. And this one. We should probably kill that guy. I know he's on our side now. Actually, how about you just get this beaver? Instead of hauling the meal, haul the things that create meals, like food. So those two are dead. No. That one will allow... No, don't hunt it. What is not allowed here? Oh, the dead alpha beaver. Yeah, I want that. I want that thing. And yeah, and then the rest can just sort of hover, I guess. DeHook, what is your problem apart from everything you just went through? You've got a couple of scratches there, serious pain, you're sleepy. Just try and pick it up, kid. So the brand new hospital is a great idea. That was a really great move on my part. A bunch of dead ostriches over here. And Moosey, well, you've chosen that bed to sleep in. That's fine. You can have that bed. That's okay. You can. You're gonna be you're gonna have a roomie, a 3-year-old kid. But you know, good for you. Where can we get a? Okay, can we move Harry Igor a little bit faster, please? He's very small. It's like a football. It can't possibly be that hard to run with this kid. I think he's about the size. I don't know how big kids are. I don't know, like a 3-year-old. What are they like? Like, I don't know, 18 inches or something like that? I have no idea. But just run. Run him into the end zone. Don't spike him, though. Where are you going with him? Where are you going with that kid? What? Oh, knife took the other bed. Okay, that's fine. You can have that one. That can be a medical bed for you. Yes, I know there's a medical emergency. Are you good at Dr. Bertha? Are you good enough? Yep, go tend to Igor, please. Okay, he's your kid. You deal with it. Knife's up. And having a cup of tea. Good. Good. That'll keep you under control for a while. Okay, well, that was an event. Who thinks they're having a medical emergency? Yeah, Igor. Yeah, I'm not surprised. You are having a medical emergency. Wow, we actually just got that done in time. That was 0.4 hours. Ooh, okay. Should have probably just let them eat the trees. That's a choice I had. But I decided to just go for beaver extermination. Speaking of, how many of them are dead up here now? Yeah, there's a lot of beaver blood going on. This one, we'll have that one, and we'll have that one. That's the one that I war called. We will have to go kill that at some point, but he can't possibly eat that many trees, right? Yeah, they're all your friends. You fought them for a while. Sort of looking over the dead beaver situation here, going, dang, those are all my friends. Why did I fight them? That seems odd. I went insane for a little bit and fought my own friends. Who could start doing some hauling? You're cooking. That's actually a great idea. Why don't you just go ahead and keep doing that? You just do that. So Danny and Moosey, and then Vamp and Maxie, what is your associated quest? Because I kind of don't remember at this point. Shelter for Allies is Danny and Moosey. Are you tired survivors? Yeah, Maxie and Vamp are the tired survivors. Okay, so you're just a refugee quest. Hey, Vamp, you want to start hauling beavers? And Maxie, you don't seem to be doing anything. Well, you're researching. That's actually critically important. You never do hauling. Stench does, though. You're tending to Hook. That's a great idea. Berg is butchering. All of these are really, really smart things to be doing. It's just I'd like to get the beavers out of here because it's 100 degrees out. And they're not going to stay fresh forever. Is that more agave? Yeah, get that. Somebody get that. Who, again, continues to think they're having a medical emergency? Igor, you're fine. You're fine, kid. Okay, we've patched you up as best as we are able. Chunks of a spacecraft, you say? That'll be handy. Be some components in that thing. I need components. Quite badly, actually. Okay. That was fun. That was, well, that was a lot of beavers, really, is what it is. That was just a heck of a lot of beavers in a confined area. And by confined area, I mean outside. Everyone's having fun with the horseshoes. Did I ever do television for these people? I did. I should try and make... See, now I've kind of used up those 2 rooms. I said that might be a rec room of some sort. Now I've kind of turned it into a research room. I mean, I could just put like a couple of chairs and the television in there. It'd be really distracting to research in that room. Where else do I think I would put that? Maybe like right here, right in the middle of the room. I could put the television right here. Hang on. I'm onto something here. I could put the television right here, and then just a couple of chairs. Oh yeah, that works great. I've killed a lot of things, so I must have a degree of leather. So I've got a good amount of pigskin and light leather. So how about a pigskin armchair could go right here, like that. And then a light leather armchair could also go there, like that. Okay, that'll be something for the gang. They'll like that sort of thing. So we've got books and a television and a horseshoe pin. Pretty much their only recreation right now. Maybe that should be a rec room. Well, I've kind of already gone into research now. Just leave it as is. How's the dead beaver situation up here? I'd love to get these guys before they go bad. That's valuable food there. This guy died. We'll get that. Spoils in 2 days. Okay, knife. Remind me, you do haul things. Okay, Bertha, haul a beaver. Anyone else up? Not really. Well, that's 2 more beavers. What kind of television does RimWorld have? Is it live or streaming? I can only assume it's streaming. Because otherwise, you know, we're bouncing all over the planet, and like television stations aren't the same wherever you go. So we're probably just getting weird television channels. Probably everything's in a foreign language, and we have no idea what they're talking about. We're just watching the pictures, go back and forth. Okay, how are we doing on like growing anything at all? Rice is coming in. Rice is coming in nicely, actually. Too bad we're not cannibals. Nothing better than a human leather chair. Everybody does love a good human leather chair. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong about that. We don't have that capacity. I mean, we could. I could start killing people. I've got 4 quests up here. Free fiesta. Yay! A ritual spot, you say. Okay, what? Something just blew up. Can somebody go deal with a fire? Where is the fire? Okay, I think it's already out. So, free fiesta. I mean, sure, whatever. Whatever. Go ahead and have a free fiesta. So long as it's free and I ain't paying for it. So, 1 free fiesta, please. 32% chance people will care. Oh, yay. Oh, yeah, just go ahead and do your thing there. Okay, everybody's going to have a fiesta. Oh, wow, there's a fight. Hang on. What's going on? Whoa. Everybody just stop. No more fiesta. The fiesta's over. Okay. Got a bit of a betrayal issue here. Fiesta's over. Okay, well, terrible fiesta for a start. Terrible fiesta. Okay, worst free fiesta ever. Come over, everybody come over here. We got to shoot someone. We got to shoot a couple of people, actually. Berg, you're actually coming in completely the wrong direction. Why don't you just stay right there? All you guys kind of line up. Oh, no, he's going the other way. Okay, everybody, this is not good. Everybody kind of come in here and, no, don't repair it, just go there and kind of start shooting Vamp here. There we go. If we could, yeah, lots of shooting. Thank you. Appreciate that. And then same deal over here because you're trashing my hospital, Moosey. You're trashing my hospital. I put that together very hastily, I might add. Okay, you're dead. All right, well, bang goes my free labor then. All right, bang goes my free labor. No more free labor for me. And now we've got a couple of dead folk. Sorry, Moosey. That was not Moosey at all. That was Maxie. Sorry, Maxie, Moosey. You can see my confusion there. So, Moosey, Danny, pay attention to that. We don't stand for nonsense around here. Okay? We will just shoot you in the face if you look at us the wrong way. And now we've got corpses. Where do I think I want to put corpses today? How about we put them over here? It's not like we're going to be here forever. Somebody else will have to come along and deal with this. This is somebody else's problem. So let's put, get all that cleared out. And this is very, very important. So we will have human-like corpses, but not colonists. Okay. And then also put in any toxic waste that might pop by. Mo, welcome. Mo, you've missed all the beavers. I know that's not what you expected to hear when you came in here, but you've missed all the beavers. There were a lot of them. Just saying, you missed them. There were like tons and tons of beavers, and we had to go shoot them. There's still one kicking around somewhere. We're not sure where, but we convinced it to fight its friends. It's a long story. You kind of had to be there. So in the plus side, the hospital is coming together. All right, it's coming together nicely, and well, that's about it, really. That's about the wins that we've had today. The hospital's looking good. Everything else, pretty much the map's covered in dead beavers. Like Tuesday around here. Wait, don't consume it. I don't consume anything. Oh, you're butchering it. Oh, okay, that part's good. Yeah, no, I like that part. Bertha, you're sleeping. Yeah, you probably should sleep it off a little bit. Okay. Yeah, beavers. Lots of them. Lots of them. We were warned about them. It was beavers with an exclamation mark. Not beavers with a question mark, as you might traditionally expect. See, you did beavers with 4 question marks. I'm not even sure how to vocalize that. I could only get as high as 3, which is beavers? That's a 3 question mark beavers. I don't even know how to vocalize 4 question marks. So this was a beaver with an exclamation mark, which immediately made us suspicious. And then we killed them. That's your takeaway from this. A combat supplier. Well, I was saying we need some better weapons. I don't really have anything to trade, but we do need some better weapons around here. That would be great. I want to get an art bench going. That would be super awesome, amazing. Okay, they're coming in from over here. That's cool. If any more beavers pop up, they can maybe run interference for us. So, bit of a bummer on the refugee quest in that we won't get their amazing reward, whatever that might have been. Who's my best talky person these days? No, it's definitely not Stench. Bertha, you can basically hold a conversation. So go trade with this dude, see what they've got. I've got really, again, nothing to sell, but we'll do our best here. Hang on, coffee. Okay. I'm not selling any of that. I'm not selling the tea. We need that. Tech print, gene pack. Wow, super immune. That's really good. That's super good. You got any good books? Nope, I've got all the good books. You could have that club and knife. Keep the uranium knife. That actually belongs to someone. I just don't remember who. Breach axe. No, keep that. I'm up to a rip-roaring 7 silver here. Yes, I could just buy a heavy SMG. Just we're making one right now. Don't sell the short bow. That belongs to the 3-year-old. How much can we get for the beavers? A just question. A fair question, Buzzkill. The answer is 0. Yeah, not only are they not interested in beavers, they're specifically not interested in dead beavers. Even though, like, I am told that, you know, in the you know, advancement or the whenever America said we're just going to own everything, beaver pelts were in hot supply, or hot demand rather. If you had yourself a few beaver pelts in the Wild West, you were a rich man. But now, not so much. They're pretty much good for food. Anything else, just the heavy SMG, that'd be about all I want to buy out of you, but I can't actually afford it. So I guess I'm just going to take like 7 of your silver and call it a day. I do need to get some kind of product I can sell. I'm basically banking on narcotics. Even though the combat supplier won't buy them, many other people will. So we're kind of banking on narcotics right now, which is awkward because I don't actually have a drug lab. I could put a drug lab up here. I could make that happen. Speaking of which, are we continuing to make tea, by the way? Yeah, we are. Why don't we make more of it? We've got tons of psychite leaves here. Psychoid leaves, whatever. We may as well make more of it. I mean, don't prioritize it over food. And also, we should get a chair in there at some point. Let's do a regular old chair, seeing as the beavers won't be eating all the wood. Yeah, the Oregon Trail. Yeah, like you have, I don't know, distemper or diphtheria or whatever it is, that game where you die all the time. It was basically the first roguelike, really, wasn't it? So, yeah, but whatever that thing was, that's the thing I'm thinking of. Could somebody maybe just fuel the thing up, turn the lights back on, please? Thank you. Get the lights on around here. Big on beaver trade back in the day. Not us. We were into shoes. That's what my town was into, shoes. The area I live in is very optimistically called the shipmakers or shipbuilders district, but no shipbuilders ever lived here. Shipyard, excuse me, not shipbuilders, shipyard. I live in a coastal town, and you know, a bunch of the residents, because all of our areas of town have cool names, so they wanted to give ours a cool name, and they completely misnamed it because there were no shipyards anywhere in the area. Except what it should be called is the Shoemaker District, because there was a ton of shoemakers who lived in there. Not so much on beavers. I know very little about beavers. I'm no beaverologist. However, I'm pretty sure you can't make a shoe out of one. I mean, you could. I just don't think it's going to last very long. Like, you're going to walk around on that thing for half a day, and it's going to be no good. It's going to be no good at all. Could we maybe move the corpses? Is that would that be all right if we kind of move the corpses out of the ship and like literally anywhere else? That just seems like something we should probably get on at some point. Anything else to murder? Nope, not a thing. Not a thing. I need more food. Like, kind of quickly. We're not doing great on the old food thing. Berg's doing the best he can, but now he's down to Psychite Tea. At some point, you should build a church on the ship. You could be like Steve Martin and leave a faith. Yeah, that's kind of why we're making the leap over to get more grav panels, because I'm down to 45. I thought about maybe doing a small extension here, just for having a conversation. How many would that take? If I wanted to go like this and like that, I could get all the... Actually, more than I thought. I could get all the way up to there and then build a hull around it. I could move everything up, and that would actually give me space to do the art bench. That's only 35 panels. Do that. Let's do that. Let's extend, and then I'll put the launch Whoozy McWhatsit up there, and that'll leave a whole other corridor area for more production-y things that we could be doing. Right. Probably chop some more trees down. I've only got a little bit of wood left. This is not a really great map for anything, and I doubt the next one's going to be any better. Frankly, it's going to be basically the same kind of map. Are we going to move on this agave at any point? I think there's perfectly good food there. Who's supposed to be on, like, #1 planting stuff? Largely Stench, but he does construction first. And Bertha's kind of into it after the mining. I do have a lot of mining queued up. Hey, Bertha, are you getting any better at mining? Wow. It's painfully slow, isn't it, Bertha? Yep, mining 2. Well, that's better than mining 0, which is what you used to have. If we could get this jade out of here and build an art bench, well, that would be some art, basically, that we could sell somebody. And they'd be like, oh my god, it's art, and it's made out of jade, so it must be wicked fancy. And they'd pay us a lot of money, and they'd sell us weapons in exchange for that. Dahook, I would love you to stop relaxing and work on the machining table. I would really like to get our people better armed. Do I have any other bills queued up here? Yes, I do, and you've moved on none of them. Hey, Dahook, like, what other things do you do around here? Tailoring. Okay, why don't you go right onto crafting? Oh, fishing, I forgot we could do that. Fish are food. Fish are totally food. I've eaten fish fairly recently, as I recall. Oh, there's no water, though, is there, Dave? Yeah, the thing with fish is that they live in water, almost exclusively. Almost exclusively. So, nothing really to fish here at all. What kind of table is this? A marble table. I'm going to own that. All right, I want that. Somebody go fix that at some point. And actually, maybe start breaking some of this stuff down. Deconstruct that. Is there any roofs here? Does anyone put a roof on top of this thing? Nope. Okay. Why don't we just, for something for the builders to do, just deconstruct all of that. Anything that's in there, just go ahead and deconstruct it. That'll be fine. So, yeah, we do need the water for the food. I bet you there's not going to be any water at that next place either, is there? Show me. What have you got? Granite and sandstone, small hills. Very much doubt there's any water there. There might be. You never know. It's grassland. I mean, the potential for water exists. And microelectronics is actually moving along very nicely. Knife, you're doing a great job at not doing anything but what you're doing right now. You are wicked smart. Ooh, this is done. That's fun. I like it when things are fun. Let's go to building a hull along that. Oh, Bertha's no longer lactating. That's fine. Igor eats like big people food now. So let's do this and this and this. And then let's start to break down this. Keep some power going up there too. So run that right up there. That'll do just fine for that. Okay, that'll give people something to do. Hang on, I need something to do for my face with coffee and whatnot. Igor, why are you in the freezer, kid? Why? Why do the children do this? Why do they love the freezer? Why do you love the freezer? This does not really need to be a medical bed anymore. I actually don't need those beds at all. Igor, you know what your punishment for playing in the freezer? Move the corpse. Okay? Get the corpses out of here. This is now your job. Somebody needs to also refuel the other thing. Yeah, refuel that, please. I do really need to keep up on chopping trees. That's pretty much our only source of power right now. Just dead trees. Chop them, burn them. Knife, sorry, Igor, I wasn't actually done with you. Oh, you're done with you. Okay, Knife, could you get the other corpse out of here? Just make it look a little bit nicer. Yeah, just get the corpses out of there, thank you. It's going to resemble some exotic animal at some point. Well, it did briefly resemble, it's not really exotic, Mo, but for a period of time, it resembled a squashed bird. I mean, not a bird that got hit by a car. I mean a bird that was hit by a car and then run over by multiple cars over multiple days. It was just flat. Just a flat, dead bird. So it did look like that at some point. It's kind of going to look like a bird again when I put this bit on. I'm not really sure how this is all going to come together. But I'm actually pretty pleased with this ship. You know, we've talked since Odyssey came out that the optimal design is just a cube. Just build a box. It should be a Borg ship, because that way it's the most efficient for space. But that is really boring, and I don't want to do that. So I'm making my ship look like what I want it to, and this is what I want it to look like. So it was a flat chicken. That, again, had been run over multiple times. Like, so many times. There's an eclipse. That means nothing to me. We're entirely powered by dead trees. I don't even care about your eclipse right now. That's fine. We're not working on solar panels. Although, I mean, I could put some up. I do know how to do that, don't I? I know how to do those things, don't I? I know solar panels, I know it's right in here. I'm looking right at it. He keeps saying I'm looking right at it. There it is. No, I don't know how to do that. Never mind. Ignore what I said about solar panels. The research on microelectronics, however, will be done soon. And that means, well, we're also going to have to think about the comms console. The good thing about a small ship is it'll only take like 1 or 2 beacons to get everything in there. So comms console, that's a big old piece. That's about as big as that launch thing is. A little control bridge area there, whatever that is. So I'm gonna have to think about that. I could technically deconstruct something there. No, I can't. No, just leave it all alone, Dave. You're doing great. Oh wow, we have no food. We really have no food, guys. I need really somebody on number 1 growing. Thing is, Stench is not good. Stench is my best constructor. He really is my best constructor. DeHook will do it. DeHook likes doing these things. Stench, you're on max farming duty now. Did I actually do that right? Did I click the right things? Growing and plant cutting, yes. So, Stench, you gotta go. Yeah, there we go. That's what I need to see. Okay, I need to see some rice coming in here. Maybe get some of those agave. The potatoes will be done reasonably soon. So, yeah, we need all the food coming in, kid. Anything to murder? Nope. Nope. Even the alpha beaver left. I would, too. I killed everything that he loved. So, yeah, I'd be out of there, too. Good one to hook. You almost boxed yourself in. That would have been delightful. Where are you going now? You're going to get some more steel. Are you going to box yourself in? No, you're actually going to do this properly. Good for you, kid. Well done. Could you actually prioritize maybe deconstructing this kind of stuff here? There's actually no way to get in there, though. So, I mean, he can do that, but then we're still... Oh, he can just go right over the shelves. Oh. I never knew they could do that. I thought I didn't know they could walk through shelves. I knew they could walk through chairs and beds and things like that. But I never knew they could walk through shelves. Timothy, welcome. Timothy, they can walk through shelves. Also, you missed red hot beaver on beaver action. Yes, I said that out loud, risking a strike. Okay, let's put... Well, actually, you know what? First things first, flooring. Okay? Make the place look pretty, apart from the blood stains. I need more wood. We can cope with that. We're going to get on that at some point. But did I say to sew this? Yeah, we probably should. That's going to tie up some time, but we'll get it done eventually. And then we're going to move this up here like that. What do you mean? Requires terrain? Yeah. It's in the ship. Pilot console requires terrain that supports grav ship buildings. Yeah. It's in the ship. What? Don't sass me, game. You'll let me put that up there. And I bet you'll let me put this up here. That's okay. Run that by me again. Okay, I don't want to launch it. I want to install it up there. What? Pilot console requires terrain that supports grav ship buildings. It's in the ship. Where do you think it's supposed to go? Is this maybe not roofed or something? Does it consider it to be outside? That's wicked weird. I mean, if it has to live there, it has to live there. Does it have to be... Like, it's well within range of the Who's McWhat's-It. The Who's McWhat's-It is just great. It's love and life right now. Also, I can't build the ship much bigger until I get a new engine. Or grav core. Yeah, grav engine. I can't get much bigger than that. That's something to think about. Yeah, Tim, you missed the red hot beaver on beaver action. Did you use the right floor? Yeah, it's the foundation. Okay, so just for argument's sake, cancel the wood flooring. Cancel all of that. Okay? So now, can I move this up there? Okay, that's why. It can't be on wood flooring over other flooring. It has to go directly on that. That's weird. That's unnecessary. That's an unnecessary mechanic. Nobody asked for that one. Whoever wrote that piece of mechanic, that was really unnecessary. Because it's flooring on top of the flooring that works. Like, we have a floor in our house. We have many of them. We were allowed... So, okay. So, we built our house from scratch. We didn't build anything. A contractor did. But our house is foundation up. And I can tell you for a fact, there's a subfloor. It's called a subfloor. So, it's not very pretty. It's basically, just like plywood kind of thing. A little stronger than that, but basically plywood. And then... Let's say I had a dining table, okay? Let's say I had a really nice dining table. I could come in before the construction was finished and put the dining table on the subfloor and eat dinner. Or I could remove the table, put on a nice wood floor over the subfloor. Okay, so both floors are still existing, and I can still put the dining table on the nice wood floor and still have dinner. Okay, this is why it's unnecessary. It's a floor on top of a floor. How has Odyssey been, Dave, compared to regular RimWorld? It's a lot, Tim. It's a lot. I mean, I thought they dumped a lot on the table when they did biotech. I argue to this day that could have easily been 2 DLCs, and I would have happily paid for both. There's a lot on the table here. I have honestly barely scratched the surface of this. This is the Odyssey scenario. This is like the Odyssey, scenario. I really don't have a better word from that, Tim. So this is what? Stench is really creative. Actually, that's cool, because we might get into some art soon, kid. So this is the Odyssey scenario. You start out with 3 colonists, and you're fleeing, and we're running away from mechs, and then maybe someday we're going to go and, destroy the mech queen or whatever. But I've messed around with it a lot in other runs, and including, private runs that I just play for my own, nonsense. There's so much in it. I really barely scratched the surface. So I very much enjoy it. Very much enjoy it. It's a lot to take in. So I'm kind of doing it in bits and pieces and trying to figure things out. Like, apparently, you can't put this on a floor. You can only put it on a subfloor. That's weird. And a completely unnecessary mechanic. That did not need to happen. Those are just the corpses rotting. Never mind, everybody stop panicking. Those are just rotting corpses. We expect that sort of thing around here. There's some more trees I could be demolishing right there. So let's cut those down. There is no DLC in RimWorld I don't like. There's some I like more than others. If I would have to rank my least favorite, probably Ideology. I do find it, I like a lot of elements of it, but I find a lot of it to be very fussy. Whatever happened to Chibi? We brought her back to life. Yeah, we finally came up with a Resurrector Mech serum. The thing with Chibi is Odyssey happened. And I was on my 4th iteration of that colony. I had rebuilt that colony 4 times. We talked for weeks before Odyssey came out about what to do with Chibi and the gang. And when Odyssey came out, I really wanted to do the scenario, what we're doing right now. Hang on, there's a shuttle. I wanted to do what we're doing right now, the actual planned scenario, to see how that all played out. And I'm glad I did. It's a lot of fun. It's a challenge, but it's a lot of fun. So we were thinking, should we roll Chibi into Odyssey? And we really kind of just said, no, we should start fresh with the Odyssey scenario. So Chibi still exists, Tim. She's there in a save file. We could go back to it later, and that is entirely something we could do. RimWorld will not leave the channel. I have deliberately and consciously made this a RimWorld dominant channel. Not RimWorld exclusive, RimWorld dominant. It's a game I love to play, it's easy for me to play, and I believe I can make it funny. But Chibi's there in the ether. Chibi's on pause mode, much like she was in the freezer. Is this the shuttle for these guys? Yeah, Moosey and Danny, get out of my face and stop eating my food. Get in the shuttle. And get in the shuttle. Thank you. Oh, that actually reminds me. I should probably extend a zone. Yeah, stick close to the ship. This needs to be extended a little bit. So that can, and all of that, and then all of this like this, and then also the hospital area. This kind of also be our runaway zone. Yep, everything down there is looking good. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, Chibi's been gone for a while, or at least on pause mode for a while. So yeah, we have you've been missed. The pods are here, and we did microelectronics. Wow, that's a lot in one thing. Anna, welcome, welcome, welcome. Just came back from the Dweeb playthrough. Excellent. I hope you guys are enjoying that. Dweeb is certainly a challenge, but all the runs I've got going, this one and the Sanguiphage and Dweeb, I'm having a ton of fun. I'm liking the Sanguiphage one so much, I'm way ahead on that. I'm like 3 episodes ahead on the Sanguiphage right now. Only 1 on Dweeb. Okay, go to the research screen. Go back to, what did I say I wanted to learn? It was something like, oh yeah, geothermal. Yeah, go with geothermal. And then what did we get for that? Oh, the Psylink Neuroformer. Yeah, who would like psychic powers? Knife. Do you do combat? You don't do combat, do you? No, actually, you're awesome at combat. Wait a minute, you're amazingly good at combat. How would you also like to have terrifying psychic powers? So go do that. Just go get psychic. Maybe you'll get a cool ability out of it. We can only hope. So, Stench, hold on to that thought. Coffee in my face. We're going to move some stuff around and then think about putting up the art bench. So, you got a psi power. What did you get? If I draft you... Oh, you got stun. Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. You did gain a terrifying psychic power. Okay, go off duty, kid. Good stuff. Well done. So all of that can go. Meditation spot again, sure, yeah, why not? Let's get one of those to live anywhere, really. Right there, there you go. And put 2 up, because you're always asking me for one of those. Will the beavers do more action? No, they're in our tummies, Tim. They're in our tummies. We killed them, and now we're eating them. We're in the process of... Many of these meals are beaver-focused. It is a much prettier spaceship, Anna. This is my favorite spaceship. I do like the one I made in the Sanguiphage, but also I have a certain endearment towards the Space Camel Alpha because it's just it annoys so many people. People in comments are like, "Oh my god, please change the ship." And I'm like, "No." It's just complete chaos. Why I got to make like a traditional spaceship like this? Like this is like, okay, 6-year-old kid, draw a spaceship and it would look something like this. Same with the one in the Sanguiphage run. Like draw a spaceship, it's going to look like that. Draw a science fiction spaceship anyway. Draw a real spaceship, it could be anything you want. There's no friction out there. You don't need it to be aerodynamic. I don't know, why in sci-fi movies, like say Battlestar Galactica, perfect example. The old one, not the new one, because I've watched very little of the new one. But the old one, all of their fighter ships were terrifyingly aerodynamic, but they were never in suborbit. They were always out in space. Okay, so why? It could be a box that is just as aerodynamic when there's no such thing as friction. Right? Am I right? That's like a science thing, right? Like wind drag and stuff. It doesn't matter. There's no wind, there's no friction. So why were all of their ships terrifyingly aerodynamic? They were like razors. The Cylon ship in the old ones, it was literally like a razor blade. So again, draw a picture of a spaceship. That's what I've created here. It's pretty. It makes sense. Somebody would look at this and go, wow, that's a good looking spaceship you got there. But somehow Space Camel Alpha is a little bit more endearing. Now, we have done microelectronics. So what I'm going to temporarily do, Stench, is... Actually, Knife, not Stench. Do I need to actually demo the old bench now? Can I fit this in here? Technically, yes. Technically, yes. So, do that. What do you mean we don't have enough components? What did we use all our components on? I had a bunch of components. What have you people done with my components? Oh, they're on a floor, not technically in a zone. I see what you've done there. Yeah, you dumped them on the floor and they're not technically in the correct zone. And there's some more on the map. There's some more that we haven't got. Knife, I'm actually going to deconstruct that. So why don't you, not bother? Just stop researching for right now. Go about your business, please. Go about your business. Probably when they first started, they needed to make that spaceship credible, and they have to make it in that shape. But yeah, it is tradition, right? But, that's why I think the Borg ship is so awesome, because that's exactly what it should be. That displays the efficiency of a cyborg. No need to make this aerodynamic. We can make a big box, and it flies better than, I don't know, Captain Picard's ship or something. I think it actually went faster. But yeah, no, it's just a giant cube because there's no need for aerodynamics in space. So this is all going very well. I'm very excited by this. We're going to demo that. And we're going to put up microelectronics bench. And then I might actually just get going on sterile materials and just make this a dedicated lab. Because up in this corner, I can definitely do the little add-on for the microelectronics bench. And that could be it. There's just this room is a laboratory. Maybe I'll get a lab coat for Knife. That'd be fun, right? Knife, what are you doing now? You're deconstructing your own research bench. Good. Good, that's what I want you to do. Battlestar is a blank spot for me. I know more of Star Trek. I know I don't know very well, but I certainly, when I was young, I watched the old Battlestar Galactica. I mean, it's kind of corny and cheesy now, but back then it was pretty cool. The cube, Anna, would be the optimal shape here, too, in terms of space efficiency. This is horribly inefficient. It might be pretty, but this is right here and right here just wasted real estate, and you know it is. Just wasted real estate right there. That could be space that we could be using for something else. This should all be a board ship. Everything here should be a board ship. Got a little bit of steel out of that, too. Let's move this guy maybe down into the corner. And then let's get the bench going. Your Geniusosity is free. I have gifted the world with Geniusosity. You're right. You're right. It's free to me, and I have gifted the world with this. And like Prometheus, I've been cursed for my sin. So, okay, somebody go get on that. It might take us a while to put all those components together, but we're going to get on that. And then, is there any other steel? We got all that jade out of there. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of components we're getting out of this. That'll be fine. Bunch of components there. There's steel on the map somewhere. I'm just not sure where. And then we could look at putting up the Hoosie McWhat's at the... move the bench, too. So, move that up there. There we go. The art bench. May as well get some art going on. And, actually, speaking of art, the stonecutter table. Start putting all of this stuff together. We've got the tailoring bench and the machining table. Have we done any of those things that I asked you to do, DeHook? No, not one. Not one. How much work is left on this? 111. Are you up? Are you up for the day? You're hauling a stool. That's your biggest thing you could be doing right now is hauling a stool. Okay, I would really like you to focus on the machining table. Don't bother deconstructing anything. DeHook, are you not on number 1 for that? You're number 1 crafting. All right, just number 1 on all the crafting skills, please. I don't know why you're prioritizing something else right now. Yeah, Spike Little Girl's got it. The Death Star, perfectly appropriate shape for a ship. Just a big sphere. Perfectly aerodynamic, moved just fine. Just fine. Mo, there is nothing more distinctive than Space Camel Alpha, and we all know it. I really do have to start working on the other leg. If I get Flesh Beasts here, we're running. I could run. We're ready to go. If I needed to run, we can do that. What's the temp in here? 76. So we maybe don't need that cooler right now. I think we can probably live without that. I should have done these backwards. I should have done bed, space, bed, space. I might be overthinking the hospital. Maybe we just don't even bother with the end tables. I could put up one of the bureaus or something, the dressers up here. That would make those slightly more comfortable. Okay, move things on a little bit more. Potatoes should be done very, very soon, and I see the rice has been replanted. Fantastic. That'll be more food, because we really could use some food. Anything to murder in the area? Nope. Boy, this map is garbage. This map is absolute... Igor, what are you doing, kid? What are we doing? Thank you. Clean the place up. There's a lot of blood. Why are we not getting my pigskin armchair done, by the way? P.S. How much does it take to do an armchair? That's like that was like 75. Armchair. 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 There we go. Oh, it's 110. Oh, no wonder. Okay, cancel that then. What do I have 110 of? Lizard. Okay, we're making a lizard skin armchair. Awesome. One lizard skin armchair, please. There we go. Right there. I should have just made a couch and eliminated the middleman. How long till the mechs find us? Good question. I don't remember when we got here. I don't remember how long we've been here. It seems to be about every season. It seems to be about 15 days before they figure out where we are. And then I think it's another 15 days before they show up. So you've got like half a year. That's just my guess. That just seems to be what we seem to be experiencing. And speaking of armchairs, do I have anything else? I've got heavy fur. How about we make the microelectronics one also an armchair? 'Cause you're going to be there a while. You're going to want to have somewhere to sit. That's nice. Okay, put all that together. Excellent. Everything's coming together. Everything is going to come together. So I'm going to guess about... Wow, DeHook, what are we working on? Oh, the LMG. Did you actually finish the SMG? And if so, where do you... Oh, I see it right there. Yep, it's right there. Knife, you were wicked good at shooting, right? How's everyone else? Berg, you are... Yeah, you're actually really good and you only have a short bow. Let's give you the SMG. Okay. I don't think Dave is going to stick to this map for long. No, I'd actually love to leave. There's not enough meat here. Good, decent growing. We're making some plants. Plants are happening. But not a lot else. I'm just trying to scavenge what I can get. It's a terrible map for steel. It's actually a pretty good map for components. We got a lot of those. Speaking of which, where's the kid? Igor, you're cleaning dirt. Why don't you come haul outside the... Oh, yeah, right. You only go to the home area, don't you? Because you're tiny. You can break free, kid. So you're free. Come get these components. Yay! Go get the components. Gemily, welcome, welcome, welcome. And then I'll probably have you keep picking stuff up, basically, because there's a lot more components over here. Bertha, you're mining right now. Stench is also mining. Igor is cleaning corpse bile. We'll take a break from that, kid, and haul the rest of those components. Take a break from the corpse bile. Oh, it's fun when you're 3 years old and people just tell you what to do. I finished the stream and then restart the stream. Excellent. Well, that's going to add up on the old watch hours. Excellent. I think most of my watch hours are in streaming. I should probably do it more often, but I also have things like a job, so that doesn't really work out. Igor, I see you're back to cleaning, which is great. Maybe also we'll haul that jade. Okay? We really need trees cut down. Maybe I can put Igor on, like, #1 plant cutting for a little bit. You're 2 now. Why don't you be 1 on that? Oh, no, that's DeHook. Hang on. Can you do this? Oh, you can't do it. You're not old enough. Really? You can't take down a tree, kid? You're 3. When are you going to learn to take down trees? When do you think it's going to happen? Because I need some wood put together here. Also, speaking of wood, we need fuel. Okay. Okay. Who did I make in charge of that sort of nonsense? That was Stench. Okay, Stench, what are you doing right now? You're eating a meal. Okay, that's fine. No, actually, no. No, Stench. Could you take down... Oh, that's agave. Oh, we'll take down these trees, too. The agave is good. I mean, get that agave. That's food. But also take down all of those trees. No. Don't go anywhere. Just get the cactus out of here, and the cactus out of here, and then one more cactus out of here. Then you can go to bed, kid. You can go to bed after that. Edison gave us the light bulb. I did gift the world with geniusosity, Stephen. It's a burden I bear. Again, like Prometheus, I have been punished for my sins. But here we are. I persevere nonetheless, and I explode with genius. Just genius is exploding all over the place. Where's the kid? He needs to work for a living. So yeah, refuel that, please. Yeah, I know you're asleep. Oh, sorry, DeHook. I probably chained you to that bench, didn't I? You're going to bed now. That's probably for the best. Sorry about that, kid. Yeah, sorry about that one. I kind of forced you to stay there basically forever. That one's on me. I'll bite on that. That one's on me. Do you use any quality of life mods? No, I don't. Okay, Quail. Here's the thing. Again, a burden I bear. Not only am I a modern Prometheus who has gifted the world with geniusosity, also winning the Nobel for RimWorld, I'm also a prophet of RimWorld. Needlessly messianic, I know. But I am indeed a prophet of RimWorld. Again, needlessly messianic, I know. If I put a mod in the game, they will immediately announce new DLC and I'm going to have to start all over again. And you're saying to yourself, but Dave, Odyssey just came out. They couldn't possibly put together a new DLC. No, it is, again, my burden to bear. If I say it, it will come. If I say we're modding this, tomorrow morning there will be announcements saying new DLC on the way. So I don't mod things. I actually generally don't mod games, period. I do like to play the game as it was intended because I think it's more fun to express creativity through that than just making the game what I want it to be. There is a point. I'm not anti-mod. If you mod things if you want, that's cool. And I do mod things. You know, so I throw things in occasionally. But there is a point where there's so many mods in a game, it's not the game anymore. It bears no relation to the original game. So I like to use the the framework of the intended game to try and do a little comedy, make you guys laugh a little bit. So I don't generally mod it, but the real reason I don't mod it is, again, profit of RimWorld. Needlessly messianic, I know. If I say there's a mod in here, there will be new DLC, and I'll have to start all over again. Because, of course, every time they put new DLC out, it's the mod apocalypse until everyone gets caught up. So we've had this issue before. This is not our first time at that rodeo, let me assure you. Okay, could you use some more lights up here now that we've extended this area? Get maybe another lamp here and one here. And then I think art bench and stonecutter's table. So art bench, art. What do you think you're making that out of? Steel? Uh-huh. What do I have? I've got 108 limestone blocks. Can I make it out of limestone? I'd rather not use up the steel or the wood. No, I can't. Okay, that's fine. All right, put the art bench up there. I know it's not in a workshop. I'll live with it. I'll learn to cope. We're making the armchair. We don't really seem to be working on the high-tech research bench at all. The high-tech research bench, yeah, not really so much. Really, is it? Not really so much on that. We've made no moves on that. Is there more steel I could be gathering? There's some over here that we haven't used. That actually might be enough right there. Is there any other veins that I haven't exploited yet? I like exploiting my landscape. There's more components over there. I'll have to try and remember that. And more over here. My God, we got a lot of components out of this map. That part's great. Make the kid go get him. He's got to work for a living. If I don't teach him, nobody else will. Here's a good vein right over there. Somebody go get all of that. And there's another one right there. I like the ship, too. Again, it's very classic in its design. No surprises here. If I had a little bit more grav tiles, I'd do a little, like, nose cone area. But I don't. Okay. What can I do here? I need fuel. And for that, we need trees. Dead trees. Like trees that aren't standing upright anymore. Trees that are on the ground, chopped up into tiny little pieces. And, in fact, in our fuel tanks. Not a lot of trees around here, to be sure. Not like a heck of a lot. I should think about doing the Mechanator thing. Because then I can just flat out get an Agrahand that would be doing a lot of this for me. But now that's an actual like place I've got to go. That's a quest. It's not just going to happen. It's not going to land on my map. So that's a bit of a problem. Hey, kid, can you scare up any fuel? No, we need wood. No, we're just flat out of wood at this point. Okay. Starting to go with the birds of an old medieval shield. Yeah, it is a little bit. It is. A squashed bird. Squashed many times over the course of many, many days. I could put another shelf behind these seats. That's something I could do. That would work. Oh, Les, thank you so much. Thank you. Stranded on the Isle of Man. Whoa. Okay. I'm not really sure how to respond to that. I don't know how fun the Isle of Man is. So, maybe the Isle of Man is non-stop party town. I don't know. Like, maybe it's an awesome time to be stranded on the Isle of Man. Or maybe there's like 3 people there and 57 sheep and not much else. I don't really... Honestly, Les, my knowledge of the Isle of Man is extremely limited. I know more about beavers than I do about the Isle of Man. And I don't say that lightly because I don't know a lot about beavers. I know they've got kind of a flat tail thing. And I know they eat wood. Well, they don't... Do they eat wood? They don't really eat wood. But do they eat wood? See, this is what I'm saying, Les. My knowledge of beavers is extremely limited. But it pales in comparison to my knowledge of the Isle of Man, which is virtually non-existent. It may be... I don't know, there's like 100 casinos and 500 bars and I don't know, people are just dancing in the streets. Non-stop carnival. Okay? Rio de Janeiro doesn't do it like the Isle of Man. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're having a great time. You say stranded, and one would traditionally think stranded is a negative thing. People don't want to be stranded. Nobody likes that sort of thing. Could we, DeHook, first of all, because we don't have any power. Guys, we need to prioritize tree demolition here. We really need to work on that. Where have why are we not targeting trees for demolition? Somebody go chop that tree down. Everybody go chop a tree down. It's famous for motorcycle racing. Well, now, see, I think island. And I think, well, it can't be that big. I mean, how big can an island possibly be? And then I think, well, really, Dave, Australia is just a big island, isn't it? I mean, you call it a continent, but it's basically a big island at the end of the day. So I suppose it could be a very big island. If it was a small island, you're not going to do a lot of motorcycle racing. Unless it's like, one of those 100-meter drag race kind of things. I suppose you could do that. Beggars need alms. I'm going to kill them. What do you want? Poor travelers and a child. Hang on, solar flare. Well, great, all my power's out anyway, so that doesn't mean anything to me. 10 herbal medicine. They're not part of any faction. Could kill them, arrest them, harvest them. No consequences. No consequences at all. Will anyone care? I don't think any of my colonists will particularly care whether we do that or not. And I don't really have that much medicine. I would very much prefer not to give it away. Speaking of medicine, that would actually be a great idea. How about we put up a shelf in here for medicine? That would be super. I know we don't really have any wood, but maybe someday we will. Wait, what did I say I had? Limestone, right? Or sandstone. That works. Get a sandstone shelf going. And pop that guy right in there. And actually, let's do a small one. I probably don't have the wood or the stone to do both. So put up a limestone one over here. You can never have enough shelves in a spaceship, I say. Never have enough shelves. Isle of Man is smaller than most major cities. Okay, but like major cities are pretty big. If you said to me the Isle of Man is about the size of Boston, I'd be like, well, okay, you could have a really decent motorcycle race. Boston is a smaller city, but it's still pretty darn big. So I'm really going back to non-stop party town. You've got the space. You've got the motorcycles. Maybe it's like Sturgis. It's just a bunch of bikers. Like, not like motorcycle racer bikers. Not like the cool kids with like the Japanese motorcycles, and they go ding, 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 and then they go all the way down the road. I'm talking like hardcore bikers. Like, you don't want to go anywhere near them. Just don't mess with them. And there's like a city full of them. I'm really, Les, I'm getting some strange impressions about the Isle of Man. I might have to research it. I might have to Google this sort of thing and find out more. Is it because if it's a non-stop party town, like maybe Mrs. Dave and I want to go there. Maybe that's somewhere we'd like to visit. But if it's like 57 sheep in an area the size of Boston, which again is smaller than most major cities. Well, Boston is a smaller city in the grand scheme of things, so let's assume it's about the same size. Then we probably won't want to go there because we're not so into sheep. Nobody cares. Clear everything out of here. Have nothing rotten in here, and have only medicine. Thank you. Just medicine, and let's make that critical. And this one over here, if I get any, let's make sure. Let's do important. I'd like this to be like body parts in case I come up with some. You never know when I'm going to have a body part or two around here. You can also put neurotrainers there, body parts. Yeah, like those, basically. Those will work fine there. This is fine. Great place here for work. Are you a motorcycle mechanic? Are you a bartender? Casino dealer? Now I've got this picture of Isle of Man like it's some sort of hidden Las Vegas. Like, nobody knows how cool it is in the Isle of Man. And the residents of the Isle of Man are like when you go there, they're like, don't tell anyone, dude. Like, it's just nonstop party. It's like the best place on earth. It's like Disneyland, but for grown-ups, which is basically Las Vegas. So don't tell anyone how cool it is here. Because Isle of Man, it's just sort of like, whatever. Sounds very lonely. So this is the impression I'm getting. I'm basing all of my knowledge on the Isle of Man on the very, very little that Les has said and divulged to us. Go harvest that tree. I need like all the wood in the world around here. Are we still doing... No, we're not still doing... Wait, heat stroke. Who has heat stroke? Is it that warm in here? Oh, yeah, it's 100 degrees. Oh, dear Lord, it's 100 degrees in the hospital. Okay, put coolers back in that I don't really have the space for. I can actually just put a cooler unit in here. That's not the worst idea. Because it's probably hot in here too, isn't it? Yeah. If we can spare it, let's start getting some AC on in this spaceship. Because it won't take much. That's the thing. I don't need much to put a to AC the whole thing. This is viable. I don't need to drop the temperature down that much. Okay, things are starting to happen with the whole we have fuel. Okay, good. Oh yeah, you're the. I want to take you prisoner, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to let you go about your business, and I don't care about giving you anything. I'm simply not that interested. So you're kind of on your own there. All right, what was I doing? Okay, we've done that. We moved the light. Oh, we moved the light because we did the vent. So why don't we install that maybe there? And then when these vents are up and the cooler is in, I can put together an AC unit. Not a freezer. Just cool it down a little bit around here. I bet you I can get most of this ship with this. So this is done. We do need a research project now. Go back to geothermal. Actually, you're saying that, Dave. How long are you going to be in any one place? Are you going to waste a lot of stuff doing geothermal? Well, solar panels are just as resource intensive because we're going to have to put a lot of them up. I'm torn, so just do solar panel right now. Actually, you're ripping through geothermal. You know what? Just do it. Ignore me, Knife. Just do your jam, kid. Okay, do your jam. You just do your thing. All right, whatever you put together will be fine. Why are we not building my chair? Lizard skin armchair. Wait, where did we use... Did we use up all our lizard skin on something frivolous like a shirt? Probably did. Okay, let's try light leather again. Oy, all right, light leather armchair. Here we go. What? Oh, there's a manhunter pack. Everybody stop. Everybody stop. Okay, I need to put up an armchair, and then I will deal with the manhunters. You know what? Hopefully that's food. So, light leather armchair. Right there. All right, and one more time. I have indeed 139 light leather. Okay. Manhunting rats. Well, first of all, everybody go into stick close to the ship. All right, let's start with that, and then we will reevaluate from there. So, Manhunter Pack is where? Over there. I'm seeing like half a dozen rats-ish. All right, so everybody go back to the ship, and then we will evaluate from there. No, strangely, not more beavers, Mo. This time it's rats. So slow everything down. Slow everything down. Is everyone broadly back in the ship? Kind of looks like it vaguely, yes. Okay, you're all kind of a combat team at this point. So everybody... Berg, what happened to you? What happened? Oh, you have the fibrous mechanites. Yeah, that's annoying of you. I really wish you didn't have that. So let's draft everybody. I think we're fine. I think let's just come out here and start shooting some rats. If nothing else, it's more food. So long as they don't have scaria and immediately rot. So yeah, food is food. I'll eat a rat. There's more over there, by the way. We found an adjacent source of rats. The rat killing is going pretty well, though. I think we're doing this very well. Very well. Okay, and more shooting, and more shooting. Okay, any more red on the map? No, that's blood. No, I think we're good. Okay, good job, team. Everyone, well done. Good job, everybody. Let's have this for food. Let's definitely not skip out on the food here. All right. Now what? What was I doing before I was so rudely interrupted by rats? Oh, yeah, AC. Turning on an air conditioner around here. This is going to be great. People will be loving this. I love it. I'm all about AC. I can't function without AC. Ask Mrs. Dave. I simply cannot function without air conditioning. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how Europe does it. I guess you guys are supposed to be in a heat wave right now. We were in a heat wave too, and I turned my air conditioner on. It's kind of like sorcery. I know the Brits and the other Europeans who are suffering under this heat may not understand it, but we were also in a heat wave. We often have heat waves. And what I did is I just turned my air conditioner on. And then it's cool in the house. Like, it's really, really nice. In fact, there were times where it was a little chilly in the house. I have gotten it so cold in this house, Mrs. Davis had to put on a sweater in the middle of summer. Because that's how into AC that I am. Air conditioning is the greatest gift mankind has ever given itself. Hang on, there's coffee in my mug, but not in my face. So hang on. There we go. Is there anything else we could be murdering? One more rat. Okay. I mean, do it. We're getting a lot of plants coming in though. We're down to 2 meals. That's right. We're down to only the 2 meals. We have a lot of food stockpiled. That part is good. It's just that we're not really cooking it because Stench has got other things to be doing. Do we have any other cooks? Actually, Berg should be doing the cooking. Oh, Berg's injured. Okay, so that's the problem there. Berg's got the fibrous mechanized. Has anyone dealt with your nonsense? No. Bertha, could you go deal with his nonsense, please? That way he'll get up and about again, and we're contributing to the colony here. I see my chair is finally getting built. About time. About time right there. All right. AC will be on. at some point. And then to hook, what do you want now? You're watching television. I'm glad I put the TV up. They seem to be enjoying it. They're having a good time with that. Everything's going well with that. So keep going with the mining. Find other things for them to be mining and trees to be chopping down. I pretty much got all these targeted. Every tree in the area is targeted for demolition. Don't know if there's much else I can do with that. I wonder if I should ease back on sowing. You know what? I'm going to ease back on our secondary plot over here. So don't sow this one anymore. Okay, we've got a lot of vegetables coming in. Vegetables are under control. Meat isn't. And meat's food. So are vegetables, Dave. Vegetables are also food. I could put a shelf in here. I'm thinking nothing but shelves. Nothing but shelves around here. And then I was going to put up the stonecutter's table. So is there anything else I can make that out of? So production, stonecutter's table. I can make it out of that, basically. Actually, you keep saying you need the steel. You needed the steel to build the ship. The ship is about as big as it's going to get right now. This is it. I've only got a few panels left. So, yeah, go ahead and make that out of steel. All right, you may as well do that. And then we'll do some chairs here. And you know what? They can actually be steel dining chairs. I needed all the steel to build the ship, but this is I have 10 panels left. There's not really much else I can do here. I mean, maybe I could put like one here and get a little chip out of this or something, but I'll just hold on to them for right now. The lack of wood is very worrying. You're not wrong about that. Air conditioning is magic. We may move on to contemplate such wizardry. It's quite remarkable, Les. So here's how it works, because to you, to a Scot, it is sorcery. People have been burned for this. Okay. People have been burned at the stake for this kind of sorcery. But basically what it is when it's really hot out, you go inside a building, some sort of sealed building. I mean, you wouldn't want to go to a park. It's not going to work there. But inside a sealed building, and it's cool. Quite cool, actually. Very, very, very comfortable. Yeah, get down to about 68 degrees. It's glorious. We've got zombies. Zombies are coming. Okay, zombies are coming. So, is it just the one zombie? Okay. I think we can handle one zombie. And I don't think he's going to get anywhere near us. He's going to decompose before that. That's not even going to happen. Badger, welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, just the one zombie. There's two. There's one in the corner there. How long before they theoretically decompose? 10 hours. Yeah, we're probably not even going to be anywhere near there. There's no reason for us to go anywhere near that area. So I think we're going to kind of broadly ignore that. I am going to send the kids to start hauling things. Oh, wait a minute. You're all in too close to stick close to the ship. Sorry, guys. You can be an unrestricted. And Igor, go get all of these components. Again, pretty good map for components. Not much else, but good for components. To Hook, what are you doing? You're making the LMG finally. Excellent. Good job. You're digging at steel. Where do you think you're going to go do that? Not near zombies, right? Hey, up there. Oh, yeah, you've been working on that for a while. Why is AC rare in Europe? Tim, I'm convinced it's arrogance, frankly, Tim. It's arrogance. It really is. Now, I'm going to get the Brits yelling at me because they're like, well, you don't know what it's like here. Joke's on you. I do. I've lived there. Okay? Lived there for years. So I do know what it's like. And what they're going to say is, well, we're just going to open up our doors and windows and let the nice breeze in. Well, the nice breeze ain't squat when you're in a heat wave. The last thing you want to do is open up your doors and windows. It just lets more hot air in. Okay? And we're not going to put screens on our windows because we don't want to obstruct our natural light. Instead, we just let flies come in our house. Can you come home now? Sure, I'll write you a note. I will say, Dear Dave's wife's boss, Jess is coming home now. Excuse me, Dave's wife is coming home. There, I've just revealed my wife's name. You guys all knew that anyway, I think. Most of you have been around here for a while. It just comes out like that, because that's what I normally call her. Actually, I don't. You know, we usually do like Hun or something like that. But yes, Dave's wife can come home. There we go. Dave's wife can come home. How early is it? Oh, it's almost 3:30. You're almost coming home anyway. It's like 3:20 right now. So, yes, the sorcery of air conditioning, Les, is it's a real thing. And it's not sorcery. It's science, and it makes your house cold. It's pretty awesome, actually. You guys should look into it. You got. I know. Yeah. I completely slip of the tongue there, hun. Whatever. Ain't the first time, won't be the last time. I don't know how we do it for so long. I mean, Penge did that when he did that sort of revelatory video for his channel members, and basically outed us. Like, here's Dave and here's Mrs. Dave, and this is and then his own wife. So I don't know how we do it for so long, because the impetus for that to slip out of my tongue is quite remarkable. The amount of money I've spent on mediocre iced teas and iced coffees because this heat wave has to be a scam. Yeah, Anna, you know what you could do is actually just take the money and buy an air conditioner. I'm just saying. You'll probably have to special order it. I'm sure you can't buy one anywhere in your area. But just take the money and buy an air conditioner. Ice melts. Air conditioning is forever. It's forever. You just turn it on. I might turn it on today, and it's not even that hot out. It's actually really nice out. We've been in a heat wave for the past few days, and it kind of broke today. So I've actually got windows open. But you know what we have on the windows? Screens. You know what doesn't come in the house? Flies. Don't fool me. I've lived there. Okay, I remember flies buzzing around the house because we had the doors wide open. Just wide open. All right. Sonat, welcome. Sonat, I was watching Penge's XCOM, and all I can say is I'm sorry, but it was totally expected. Sonat, if you're not watching Penge's XCOM 2, please do. It is the absolute perfect balance between wanting to slam your head against a wall and laughing. It's a beautiful balance. I almost had to shut it off. The third episode, I almost had to shut it off because I'm like, I can't. I just can't. I cannot watch this for 1 second. Why are you doing everything that you're doing right now? And then at the same time, I'm laughing. So, Sonat, it was good to see you in Penge's XCOM 2. Brief though your time was. Brief though your time was. Tim, that is not a lie, and Mrs. Dave will confirm that. The very first day that we got our new air conditioner, because we did some renovations on our house a few years ago, and one of the renovations was adding some diesel air conditioners into the house. The first day they went up, she was at work, I was at home, and it was very hot out. I got both of them cranking so hard that she did indeed request to put on a sweater later that night, and because I refused to turn them off. Because it was paradise to me. It was absolute paradise. It was freezing cold in the house. I think I had it down to the 50s at some point. But that is not a lie. That is not an exaggeration. I don't lie to you guys, Tim. I have no reason to. I've discussed this before. I have no reason to lie to my viewers. People only lie for two reasons. They're pathological. They can't help it. Or they benefit in some way. I don't benefit by lying to you. I don't gain anything by lying to you. So, as shocking as this is, Tim, and you're going to reflect on this and go, oh my God, I can't believe that. Everything that I say to you guys is actually real. These are real things that happened. Yeah, she did have to sit under a blanket. Yep, and I refused to turn them off. It's just paradise to me. We turn them off at night because I know the noise keeps Mrs. Dave up. So unless it's brutally hot out, we do turn them off at night and just have a fan. But during the day, no, they're cranking, dude. They're cranking as much as it can possibly be. Just AC is just the greatest gift of mankind. Speaking of which, are we going to move on my AC at any point? It's just that I'd like to air condition the ship if we could. Where am I at? I need to start reviewing here. So the ship is as done as it's probably going to get until we get more grav panels. That's it. And I'm actually pretty happy with this ship. I think I did a good job with this. This is a good-looking ship. And we've got an amount of space to do things. We've got a production area. We have a dedicated hospital. We've got a research area. All that stuff. We've got some spare beds down here that I don't even really need. I could get rid of those. We are struggling with food, but more exists to be had. There's a lot of raw food out here that we could be cooking. Did I put vents in the other rooms? Yes, I did. Got a vent there. I'll work on a vent over here. Yeah, vents are going to be happening all over the place. I'm pretty sure I could AC this entire place with that one cooler. It's a small area. Certainly shave it off enough so we can avoid, heat stroke or something like that. So I think at this point, the next move is to several things. I'd like to continue the concept of getting better weapons, because I'll guarantee you when we show up to those grab tiles, there's going to be some kind of serious defense. So keep the things going with the better weapons and rifles and that kind of thing. Make sure Igor knows how to kill. Harry Igor, my 3-year-old, who's armed and will be armed more in the future. Knife, where are you going? Oh, you're hunting a rat. Okay, cool. Yeah, do your jam, man. That's more food. So ship good, food meh, and we just keep strip mining this place. Just get anything I can get out of here before we move, and start making some stone blocks. Because I don't know why. I'm not really sure what I'm going to make out of stone blocks. But the concept exists that at some point in the future, I might land and then wait for the mechs. I just want to see what's going to happen. But if I did that, obviously I'd want to do, some traps and trap corridors and that kind of thing. So having some stone blocks would not be the worst idea in the world. So I think I'm actually in good shape. I'm pretty pleased. Apart from our constant power fluctuations, we're actually in pretty decent shape around here. I like my ship. I like me. I'm a fan of me. Guys, we will call it there. Well, let's wrap it up there. Because apparently Mrs. Dave is going to flee work at any given moment. So I should probably be prepared for that. But let's wrap it up there. We'll come back tomorrow. Obviously, I can't wait. I'm already looking forward to it. I'm already having a good time. It's not even tomorrow, and I'm already having a good time. But we'll wrap it up there. I'll let you guys get on with far more important things to do with the rest of your day than this nonsense. And I will see you tomorrow for some more of Odyssey. Apart from that, you guys know where to find me. Thank you so very much for allowing me to do this publicly. I absolutely should have been stopped years ago. But here we are. Here we are. Guys, thank you. Have a great night. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye.